So, when man becomes alert and aware, he begins to just fascinated that his body is always moving, and also his thoughts keeps on moving. So he becomes a witness to his body, he becomes witness to his mind moving, thoughts coming into him. He doesn't do anything about it at all. Thoughts which nowadays to an intelligent, to a sophisticated man, it's very scientific, it's very revered. But you must observe, though the body moves every moment, words do not happen every moment. Words happen in man's mind intermittently. This point, man should understand why. He just believes that he speaks, but he has not observed, hey, speaking happens to me intermittently, and I don't know what the next word will be or when I will speak any word for that matter. Nor can I detect precisely when my body will move or not move. On these counts, man is at a loss, but he takes credit that he can move.
My question's still there.
Your question is still there. I'm coming to it. I've not finished it. Did you understand so far?
I understood perfectly.
Very good. Now, I'll give you a question. Why doesn't word or thoughts happen to man every moment? Why not? Where body moves every moment, but thoughts don't happen to you every moment. Sometimes man is quiet, sometimes he's talking, sometimes thoughts are there. Thoughts are nothing but internal speaking. And speaking is nothing but external thoughts, that's all. But why doesn't it happen every moment? I will tell you why. Only certain wavelengths of sound waves have evolved and sophisticated as words. There are wavelengths of sound which does not transform as words, and those are the instances where thoughts and words are absent. Not that sound is not absent. When words don't happen, sound waves are there, but they have not sophisticated and evolved as words. Therefore, that creates a deception to man that he can speak, he can think when he wants to think, and he does not want to think, he cannot think. Man has not inquired, hey, speaking suddenly happens, and no speaking also suddenly happens, and I have no choice over it. That's where I am a watch life. Watch means I simply witness everybody engrossed in their minds, thinking that they are doing, but totally oblivion to the body which keeps on moving. The mind makes vague statements and considers that vague statements as an actuality. For example, I'll tell you, can you shake my hand?
Shake your hand?
Yeah, can you?
Of course.
Thank you, sir. Now, what does your mind tell you? Your mind says, I heard shake my hand, and I shook Dr. Shankar's hand, and of course I'm the doer, and I'm the thinker.
No, it was a spontaneous action. There wasn't much of a thought process.
How would you conclude it's a spontaneous action? This is how you conclude it. If you observe it, you will notice your mind never knew when that hand should move forward, nor does it direct the hand at every stage.
The hand almost moves itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it never tells you when to release the grip.
That's right.
And how to come back. If you're sure that happens, likewise, everything too happens. What happens? Not actions, a singular spontaneous movement which is uncontrollable, unpredictable.
Yes.
That's what life is.
But research on the brain, as I'm sure you know, shows that actions happen before the thought process happens. It's a tiny, just milli part of a second.
Exactly. What science must understand is even brain is a thought and not a physical entity.
But I still want to go back to my question.
Go ahead. Repeat the question.
Who is the one that is watching and hearing and seeing and has no mind? Who is that?
He is not an individual. If he's an individual who thinks he's a speaker, doer and a thinker, he sees, if he claims that, you follow? It's only the ego which is convinced that he can speak, it can think and it can act. He is the one who watches. One is very clear.
And this is where you're living.
That's where everyone is living, not only me.
But you're conscious of that. Or there is a consciousness of that?
I am not consciousness, I'm aware.
Awareness. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
alert and aware. If you think I am as an individual,
Okay, I want to go. I want to just pursue my questioning here. Is that something? And I'm using my language, may not be perfect language, the best I can do. Is that something that was spontaneous when it happened, and then grew, or was it something that happened and suddenly everything was different in one way?
That's a good question. On recollection, if I can use the word recollection, I simply realized everything was happening even when I thought I was doing. So that just deepened.
That's an incredible realization.
It just cemented, and it will happen to everyone. Nobody can do anything about it to bring it about. For the mere fact, I did not do anything at all. If anybody can claim that he has done, he's a doer. And that's false. It's still a deception.
And did you notice your human side changing from that point? Or did your wife or people around you notice you changing?
See, that was my human choice. That was my humanity. I never had a recollection, I did not do before, now I'm doing now. No, what was my change was that. And I can't do anything about it. If I was something before, it was before, whatever it was.
Yes, no, I understand that. But was there a change in your human persona?
I don't feel any change. I'm just living. If any change is there, it's for observer, not to me. Not to me. I'm just living.
What happens with emotions like anger and sadness and compassion? You still, as you said earlier, you will feel compassion sometimes when you see so many difficult situations.
Compassion is just an understanding. Compassion means he has not understood and he will. Understanding will happen to him. Anger I just see as a moon, and that's all. When a raging river flows by, why doesn't man say it's a very angry river? It's just like an angry river, man moves around and screams and shouts. What a wonderful phenomenon it is.
But do you scream and shout sometimes?
If I do, people know about it.
But do you scream and shout sometimes?
Well, how would I know? I'm not doing it now.
No, but does scream and shouting happen in your body sometimes?
If it happens, people will tell me. Ray, do I scream and shout?
She can't hear you now.
Okay.
She can hear you, but she can't talk back.
You see. If you're seeing me now, if I'm screaming and shouting, you can say, yes, Dr. Shankar, you scream, you shout. Wonderful. Now, you can't hypothesize. Do you do this? Do I do that? If I do it, I can't help it. That's what it is. That's what life is. That's how expressive life is. Life is a smooth river, a raging river, a thunderstorm, a lightning, an avalanche. Everything will happen to man too. Man is nothing but made up of the entire elements of cosmos. Man is nothing but a mini cosmos. Let me put it that way. Man is not separate from animals or vegetation. He's everything included now. He is a man, he is an animal, he is a vegetation, all transformed. A vegetation and an animal looks like a man now. Are you clear about that?
I was looking at my notes for a second. Just
So
repeat that last bit.
Let me repeat it again. If man thinks he's just a man, he's deluded. He is how 5 elements, vegetation and animal looks now. Everything is here. If animal was separate from man, man will not be present. It just cannot. Just cannot. Just cannot. Everything is in him. This is how he looks now. This is how an animal and a tree and a 5 elements look now. That is life's brilliance.
Do you feel that consciousness is evolving?
Of course it is evolving. It is so simple. Look back. Look back. Man was primitive. He was in ice age and he was in the cave age. He has evolved so far. And life will evolve further too. The future is right here. Man should understand the past, the present and the future is in the now. Not separate from each other. The past, future and present